What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the opening episode of Sales Talk 101. Come sail away with us. You get your hosts here, Jared and Jake, reporting to you live from Louisville, Kentucky.
And live from Monroeville, Ohio. Now, we both know that this has been a long time coming, so we hope you'll buckle in for a great episode to start off the Come Sail Away With Us podcast.
Now, as promised, we had talked for the longest time about launching Come Sail Away With Us, and, I think that there was a lot of you out there who didn't actually believe that this was going to come to fruition. However, we've launched this with the intention of reaching a broader audience, helping more people out, and inspiring more young business people and more salespeople within the the sales industry.
Yeah, that's a great point there, Jared. We've been doing the Sales Talk 101, Come Sail Away With Us, quote-unquote podcast on Snapchat for so long. It's going to be interesting trying to get used to this new format here. I think our audience is definitely going to love it.
I don't think we're going to be able to have the solo stage anymore. We're going to actually have to play off one another here for a little bit. So hopefully our audience is ready for this, because we certainly are on our end.
Yeah, and that's another good point, and it could be difficult because both of us have been known to be somewhat of a wild card.
It's true. We're full of a lot of inside jokes. Hopefully we'll keep those between us, but we're going to try and keep it good, keep it interesting, and most importantly, keep it informative for the people tuning in to Come Sail Away With Us here.
Exactly. So I think one of the things that Jared and I, want to start out with, and those of you who have followed us on Snapchat for all these years are already probably aware, but, the reason why we both like to talk about sales is because we're salespeople ourselves. We're down in the trenches on a day-to-day basis. We're living the life. So when you say, can you talk the talk or can you walk the walk? We've walked the walk, and now we're planning on talking the talk here with you guys.
We've worked inside the home office. We've worked out in the field. We've seen the best of both worlds. And you know what? We're here to share our knowledge and experience with you guys. And we're here to grow together.
Now, one of the things that we plan on delivering, as Jared mentioned, was some quality content revolving around sales. But we want this podcast to be interactive here. So if you guys would, let us know what types of topics and discussion points that you want us to cover. And we'll do our best to make sure that we give you our 2 cents on the world of sales.
Yep, so keep the DMs coming. The Twitter page has been a little slow lately, but Sales Talk 101 on Snapchat has been live weekly for the last several months now. So we're going to keep that going hopefully as well. We've also got the e-store that we're going to get that up and running real quick. I know all of you out there are looking for yardsticks, and I've got several orders already. So feel free to extend that to your friends, colleagues, whoever. If you got a future trade show coming up, you want some yardsticks and you want some business credibility, look no further. Come sail away with us. Sales Talk 101. We can help you guys out.
So I think one of the important things for us to cover here, Jared, is the yardsticks. And again, our non-Snapchat crowd may not be familiar with what we mean when we say yardsticks and why that's going to be a part of the e-store when it does become available.
Yeah, so the yardsticks, I always like to think of that as a representation of my sales approach. Here at Come Sail Away With Us, Sales Talk 101, Jake, I'm sure you can agree that our approach, we go the extra mile. When something is asked upon us, or customers are looking for a quote, whatever, what have you, we don't just give them 12 inches. I mean, we're going 3 extra steps here, right?
Yeah, and I think the yardstick, like you said, is a perfect example. Going that extra yard for the customer, not only because they deserve it and we actually care about them, but because in the end, going those three extra steps right off of the bat is going to save us time in the end. And as a general sales tactic, you want to make sure that your customer is taken care of up front because going back to that customer is never an easy task.
Now, Jake, I think you would agree with me when you say that we are not flavor of the day salesmen, right? I mean, we
No.
are not transactional salesmen. We believe in building long term customers. We believe in relationship building. A sale is not complete when you accept payment, a good is exchanged. I mean, we're businessmen. We've got long careers. I mean, we've got families to feed. Uh, a sale is never complete, in my opinion.
Yep. I think you hit on a good topic there, and could possibly be a future, come sail away with us episode for this podcast. The difference between consultative selling and transactional selling, where like you said, you and I we're really trying to build a relationship with our clients, our customers, whereas someone who's trying to sell a car or trying to get someone to sign up for DirecTV is really just trying to strong arm you into purchasing something right then and there, because if you walk away they'll never see you again, whereas our customers we see over and over and over again.
That's true. In touching on selling DirecTV, I think that is also a future episode of Come Sail Away with Us. I'd like to touch on a little bit of our background, not only in college but after college, and how we got to where we are today.
Yep, exactly. So we are approaching the 8-minute mark on our inaugural podcast here, and I believe Jared, you've kind of got a way to summarize what this podcast is going to be like for the viewers here. You mind sharing that with the group?
Yeah, so we've kind of discussed this, and there's a lot of podcasts out there that might take up 20, 25, 30 minutes of your time. Much like the Planet Fitness approach out there, where it's an hour or less in or out. We would also like the sweet and short version of the podcast world.